Hey guys, Welking Kanji here once again, and today I'm doing a raw review of episode 31 of Dragon Ball Super. Now, unfortunately, I did actually do this with Wolfpack and Kaioshin Curt, but due to a technical difficulty, we actually lost the recording. So, unfortunately, I was going to have this video up earlier, but unfortunately, it's just taking a little bit longer. So, just to get straight into it, I don't want to waste anyone's time because I'm sick. I've already done this once already. So we start off with Jacko flying around blasting these icicle meteorites that have an apparent galactic natural moment. He just seems to be having a bit of fun in his spaceship here, not really doing anything of any interest, but I'm supposing he's wasting time flying off to Earth. Jacko arrives on Earth and immediately wastes no time by pissing off Bulma by saying she's got a lot older, but all he meant was to say that she's got older since he remembers her flying around in his ship as a kid, and as he and Tights watch on, which leads us to ask how old is Jacko. Not only that, but that's a pretty weird thing to say because Jacko's already seen her because he spent all his time with her in the Resurrection F arc. This is really a redundant line to say, but unless I've misunderstood something here, it just seemed a bit weird. Anyway, Jacko and Bulma go off to find Zuno in the center of the universe to ask about the Super Dragon Balls. Goku thinks about asking Kaioshin, but can't find his key anywhere no matter how hard he tried. He suggests that maybe he's taking a nap, but I think personally this is a prelude to them revealing that they actually split up using the Dragon Balls, and the reason you can't sense him is because it's actually supposed to be looking for Supreme Kai and Kibito, which would be an interesting way of linking it together. Jacko and Bulma arrive at Zuno's but can't get in as he's booked up for 7 years. Gepu Man, Burp Man, a red sweaty frog shows up, an enemy that Jacko had heard of for dining and dashing, tries to break in and takes one of Zuno's attendants hostage. Turns out Gepu Man had been waiting 7 years to speak with Zuno, so Jacko beats the crap out of him for taking one of the attendants hostage, and after being obviously noticing that he's part of the Galactic Patrol, thinks he's after them to try and arrest him, but really he's actually just there to speak to Zuno. So Jacko defeats him, and due to this they are granted Gepu Man's spot to see Zuno. It was a nice little way to round it up. Jacko blames his meteorite blasting galactic natural moments on Gepu Man. He doesn't arrest him in case he's investigated and they find out he wasn't actually the one blasting the icicle meteorites. Oh, Jacko. So, Zuno's explanation of the Super Dragon Balls is pretty much the same as it was in the manga, but with the explanation that Zamara created the Super Dragon Balls and isn't necessarily the dragon within them. Also, the sagging boob comments are still in here. Zuno, massive lady killer. The Super Dragon Balls have a set between two universes, not one in each like Bulma had suggested in one of the previous episodes. I think that was just a throwaway line, but it makes sense. So they come back and Jacko tells Goku about Bulma's sagging boobs and she's once again furious. Jacko leaves in a hurry. That's pretty much the episode. There wasn't a whole lot of other stuff going here. There's some random little bits of, it looks like a few jokes between Goku, Vegeta and Piccolo, but besides that, nothing really of any interest. The animation was quite a lot better in this episode. There was a lot of attention to Bulma's boobs. I think they were trying to distract from some of the other jerkier animations and stuff by trying to make her boobs bigger so everyone's eye was going to be on her. Interesting way of doing it, but yeah. Also, noticeably, Zuno was a lot smaller than he appeared in the manga. He seemed a lot fatter in the manga, but in the anime he actually seemed to be a bit more sort of usual sized. Now, the interesting bit, we get straight onto the next episode preview. The next one's entitled, The Matches Begin, Everyone Head to the Nameless Planet. Now, for everyone, including myself, you're probably a little bit disappointed to find out that that means that they're not spending a lot of time with Goku and Vegeta fighting in the Room of Spirit and Time, aka the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. They are shown to do a bit of a jerky animation right at the beginning where they come into contact with each other. Aside from that, there's nothing really there. So it kind of implies they're not going to be spending a whole lot of time covering their training in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. That to me is disappointing. I did want to see a whole lot more stuff between that. One thing I do hope they keep in is the stance that they have, the stare down they showed in the manga, the sort of recreation of the fight scene they had in the Saiyan Saga. So that is something I hope that they keep in. And aside from that, we got glimpses of each of the Universe 6 fighters. They're all revealed. They've shot right up to this. They haven't wasted any time. To be honest, my first glimpse at this, I actually thought they were just going to be showing Champa recruiting them, which I thought was quite nice to introduce them a little bit earlier. On further notice, I did actually notice that they have just skipped straight ahead of this, which is quite disappointing, but I suppose they're heading straight onto the arc, so hopefully they've got something else planned to pad this out. Maybe some longer fights or something, who knows, but I'm sure it'll keep my interest for then. Anyway guys, I hope that's been of interest to you and that it kind of solves any questions you might have had about the episode. Also, if you haven't seen it, please do go and check it out. It was worth watching. It was a lot better than last week's rubbish episode. There was a couple of flashbacks at the beginning, but they kind of finished quite early. It was nothing like last episode. Anyway guys, leave a like, comment and subscribe to start training on World King Kanji's planet. I hope to catch you all in the future and hopefully in the next video. See you later guys.